I'm just curious to see which ones react well to my pee and which ones don't. So if you guys think that's interesting, stay tuned. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I have to keep my voice down because my baby is sick and sleeping, so hopefully you all can hear me. But I started spotting today. It is 13 DPO, which means I'm right on track for my on flow to arrive full force tomorrow. So tomorrow will be cycle day 1 of what I'm gonna call cycle 2 of trying to conceive. Cycle 1, if you guys recall, was in January, and it was a spur of the moment thing where we only had sex once. But it is what it is, so we're gonna call this cycle 2 coming up. So I wanted to quickly share the couple small different things that we are going to be doing, actually that we have already started doing in preparation for this cycle, and all the ones to come if there are going to be. And then I thought I would just talk about the products we're using quickly, and also I wanted to talk about an OPK experiment I plan on doing this cycle. So the 2 things that we're doing differently this cycle. First of all, I'll put a link down below as to everything that I'm taking in addition to what I'm about to go over. And in the description of that video, I detail everything, the dosage I take and, you know, the brands and, you know, everything like that. I'm going to continue with everything we've been doing. My husband and I both are still doing raw garlic every day. He's just taking a regular multivitamin daily and a vitamin D supplement as well, in addition to these 2 products that I'm going to talk about. And I am still working out 4 to 5 times a week, and I am continuing to drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. So that is all staying consistent. Now, as for what we're doing new, my husband and I both are taking an additional selenium supplement, and it also comes with vitamin E, because it's meant to protect the oxidative stress, particularly that the male sperm undergoes. So I know selenium and zinc are 2 minerals in particular that are recommended for male fertility. We got pregnant on the first try with my daughter, so I don't have any reason to believe my husband has any fertility issues, but you know, you can't have enough support, right? The selenium is also good for oxidative stress prevention on eggs too. I mean, I get selenium already in my prenatal, but what the heck, right? So we are taking that, and the dosage of this is 12 milligrams of vitamin E and 55 UG. How do you say those units of selenium? Which is like, if you look it up online, 50, I think is it milligrams or international units? I don't know. 55 is like the standard recommended dose for men and women, just like anyone to take. But I've read clinical studies that say that you can take anywhere from 200 to 400 units of selenium too, particularly for men who do have fertility issues, but to never go over 400 units because it can be toxic. So in case that is of interest to any of you, I'll link it down below. There's a really good website online that posts the full reports of clinical studies. I've found them very useful. So anyway, the next is grapeseed extract. And they say to take 2 to 4 of these daily. And so my husband and I both are taking 2 a day. This says it's 200 milligrams, but actually it's 100 milligrams of grapeseed extract, which supposedly is the equivalent of 2,000 milligrams of grape seeds, right? So it's a little misleading, and I hate it because a lot of vitamin and supplement bottles will do that, especially if it's extract. They'll tell you this super high number, like 2,000 milligrams. My red raspberry leaf extract does this too. It gives you this high milligram number, but then you have to read the label because that's not actually how much extract you're getting. It's the equivalent of how much of the raw product you're getting. So the extract is always much more reduced. So this is actually 100 milligrams of grapeseed extract per pill, which is the equivalent of 2,000 milligrams of the raw product. And we take 2 of these a day each. And the reason we do this is that it's an extremely potent antioxidant, and the polyphenol compounds in grapeseed extract have been shown to be one of the most useful, what's the word I'm looking for? Supplements to give to men in particular to assist their motility and morphology, which, as you know, are 2 of the main components of semen health. The other one being just general sperm count, in general. Again, my husband doesn't have, a fertility problem that we know of yet, but I wanted to take these because these are also extremely good for egg quality. And if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that based on my age, it's one of the biggest things I'm worried about. I want to make sure I am producing the best eggs possible. So I'm taking it for myself, but grapeseed extract has been shown to be much more useful in men than women when it comes to actual fertility support. So what the hell, right? Might as well give it to him. We have been taking these now for, I don't know, maybe 2.5 weeks. So the benefits of them won't be seen for another couple months. Let's see. So yeah, diet is the same. I am continuing to eat half a pomegranate a day, half an avocado every day, and I've been trying to get wild salmon into my diet at least once a week. And that's in addition to the prenatal DHA that I'm already taking, but mostly I'm focusing on just eating very antioxidant rich foods, a lot of healthy fats and good proteins into my diet. Leafy greens, definitely something that I'm focusing on getting into my diet. And I'm also drinking a smoothie every day. And the recipe that I'm using now is just a ton of spinach, a mixture of frozen berries, and then let's see, what else did I put in there? I think I put in a lot of frozen broccoli, a banana, 2 bananas, and the juice of a lemon, and then like a ton of water, and that's enough for like 4 or 5 smoothies. So I just make one big batch. It's usually ends up being like a 2-liter batch of smoothie that I just divide up into 4 or 5 different smoothie jars. So that is what I am doing in terms of diet. And I mentioned exercise, I mentioned water. I am going to put a link below to all the other supplements that I'm currently taking. And then I got my new pre-seed. If you saw one of my other videos, I had mentioned that while we were baby dancing for that one cycle that we tried in January, we left the open tube of pre-seed on the bed, and my husband kneeled on it, and like just lube went flying everywhere. So we busted the entire tube of pre-seed in that one baby dance session. So I had to buy more. Still temping, basal body temperature. I'm using the Baby Mad thermometer, and I'm using it vaginally because that is best. I sleep with my mouth open, and that screws up my temps. So I temp vaginally, and I just use baby wipes to wipe it off every morning after I'm done, and it is sanitary and easy and fine. One other thing I forgot to mention that I'm going to start trying this cycle is I'm going to give myself a daily fertility massage every day. I'm going to put the link below in the description to a YouTube video made by a woman who started the website Natural Fertility Info. If you've done any Googling about fertility herbs and supplements or anything like that, chances are you will have come across her page. This woman knows so much, and her YouTube channel is extremely helpful. So if you're into it, I suggest you check out some of her videos because I've gotten a lot of really interesting information from her. But anyway, I'll put the link below that she filmed back in 2009 of a couple pressure points on your feet, as well as a way to sort of do an abdominal massage to help stimulate sort of blood flow and whatnot to the uterus. I don't know how much I believe in this kind of stuff, but I like the idea. I've heard a lot of good things about fertility massage, and it can't hurt, right? So I have a whole bottle of bio oil that I never used during my pregnancy with my daughter. So I'm going to use that and try giving myself a fertility massage every day, starting the day my period ends and going up until ovulation. In terms of like TTC products, I have my regular Wandvo pregnancy tests. I believe these have a sensitivity of 10 MIU of HCG in urine. Not the best, like the first response, early response tests, I believe have a sensitivity of only 6 MIU, which is why they're like the best, people say. And then you can get some like cheapies that are like 25 MIU. But anyway, I have like a lot of these that are 20 MIU, but then I bought online these one-step early indicator pregnancy test strips too, and these have a sensitivity, a reported sensitivity of 10 MIU. So they're super cheap. Pregnancy tests in general are really expensive, but here in socialist Sweden, I'd have to mortgage my house in order to buy like enough for what I'm probably going to need. So I prefer these internet cheapies off of Amazon. And then if I feel the need to confirm with something more expensive, then I'll do that. But I just plan on using these. So those are the two types of pregnancy tests I have that I will be using. The second experiment that I'm going to do this cycle is I'm going to use several different brands of OPK test strip for each day that I test for ovulation. And the reason I'm going to do that is because so I have my Wandvo OPKs, and then I also have one-step OPKs, which I just ordered online because I was running out of Wandvos. And then I have, here it is. Sorry. I have also these LH strips by Baby Mad, and these came with my basal body thermometer. So I have 3 different brands of OPK. I am a very regular ovulator based off of my OPKs and my temps, so I don't have to worry about wasting too many. So I'm just going to use my like one-step OPKs until I get to maybe cycle day 10, 11, and then I'm going to test 3 different test strips. I guess maybe for the first, maybe for like 2 days of taking OPKs, just to see what the lines look like on each different test. Because, you hear people say, oh, I like the easy at home, I like the one step, I like Wandvo. Everyone is like a fan or not a fan of every brand. So I'm curious to see, and I wish I had easy at home to do this too. I'm just curious to see which ones react well to my pee and which ones don't. So if you guys think that's interesting, stay tuned, because I will be doing that in like 10 or 11 days. One thing I do want to do, besides making a separate video on like my whole breastfeeding tragedy with my daughter and what I'm planning on doing now to educate myself and prepare myself for any future breastfeeding activities of mine, I want to refilm my birth story. It was the first video I put up on my channel, and I was so new at this whole vlogging thing, and I was using a terrible camera. Like, the quality got ruined when I downloaded off of my camera and onto my computer and then up onto YouTube. It's terrible. So I think I'm gonna delete that and refilm it. And also, I found my pregnancy journal that I had kept in the very beginning, and it had some cool details that I wanted to share. So I thought it would be a fun way to just encapsulate all the remaining memories I have of that time in my life. So if you're interested or you want to follow my journey, feel free to subscribe. That's it for now, and like I said, in a few days I will be posting my OPK experiment, and then hopefully I'll have like a 2-week wait video somewhere toward the end, and then I'll do the breastfeeding video and the new version of my birth story sometime, probably this cycle. So stay tuned if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.